Good morning, everyone. This is Aaron Becker, and I am back with another book review. So last night I finished Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. Oh my goodness. I loved his autobiography. It's so well written, so detailed on little things that impressed him or that stood out to him in his life. So, the three reasons. Why this book? I read it because I love biographies and autobiographies. Two, I love to learn history from those who lived it. And if you've never heard of Booker T. Washington, go out and get his autobiography and read it. Booker T. Washington is an American educator, and he is a notable American. So I've been listening to his book off and on for a while now, probably maybe 2 weeks. And I got to tell you, he was a young child, maybe into his teens a little bit, when the Civil War happened and emancipation came for his people. And a couple things that really stood out to me that kind of blew my mind because I had never heard about it. Granted, slavery is evil. It is unjust. But let me tell you what happened. Is not only did the slaves who had learned skills and trades as their side hustles to slavery, they then supported some of their previous slave masters after slavery was ended. Because these people had no skills. They were destitute. I don't ever remember learning about that in U.S. history. The generosity, the magnitude of the kindness of many, many, many of these people to look after and care for those that once oppressed them. Talk about a legacy that should be celebrated. Oh my goodness. So, Booker grew up in, I want to say in Virginia, and I don't remember where. He went to school in a place called Hampton, the Hampton School. He lived in West Virginia, outside of Charleston, West Virginia, which I had no idea about. Before he started the Tuskegee Institute. And let me tell you what. Talk about a real American in his soul. Here's a man who moves to a community because they want to start a school for, as he says, for colored people, because that was the era. Now we wouldn't say that. We would say black. So he goes to this community because the gentleman who ran the Hampton School recommended him. He moves to Alabama. There's nothing. There's not even a building. But there's a prominent white businessman and a prominent white businessman and a prominent black businessman that gave him money, that were the two primary I'm at a loss for words this morning. So these two guys invested into Booker. They gave him money, they helped fundraise, and they started with a dilapidated schoolhouse or building. I don't remember which one it was. And then they literally built in the 20 years that of his life at the Tuskegee Institute, and it wasn't called that. It was called the Normal and Industrial School, I think. But they built the majority of the 40 buildings. They dug the basements. They put up the walls. They learned masonry. They learned how to make bricks. They learned carpentry. So his belief that men and women must do work to ground them, to inspire them, to help them see the things that they can do. Because I can tell you, from personal experience, there's nothing like doing manual labor and building something or making something. And my own personal stories for another time, but he hit on a true principle, and that is that work builds the human soul. And it's something that we used to have in this country when it came to welfare, and that's a whole other issue. But here's the thing: Booker T is an amazing man. I could see sitting with him and having a conversation with him about the politics of his day. I'm really curious to see what he would think about Martin Luther King, what he would think about what's going on today. Man, this guy, self-educated, put in the work, lived an amazing life, and made a huge difference for, as he says in his book, the people of his race. And I loved it. This is now one of my all-time favorite books. It's going to get into my top 10 now. I'm going to have to figure out which one I'm going to bump. Maybe I'm just going to put it, you know what? I'm just going to put number 11 in my top 10 books. So, guys, thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. If you are looking for someone to help you level up your leadership, that's what I do at Turning Leaf Solutions. You can connect with me at turningleafs.com. There is a Calendly link at the bottom of the page. You can click on that. If you want to do something about modern day slavery today, go to Operation Underground Railroad. And they are making a huge difference in the world by saving kids from sex trafficking. I will put a link down below for that also, so you guys can go and find that if you want to support them. My friends, thanks for joining me. I hope you go out and pick up a book. Make it a great day. Make it a great week. And Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.